Good morning, everybody out there. Thank you for watching. If you're catching me on the replay, I appreciate that. I hope you're having a great morning in America, or evening in the Philippines, or evening wherever you guys are at, or morning wherever you're at, or noon wherever you're at. One of my first morning live streams of the summer. It's finally warm enough to come out and sit outside in the mornings here and enjoy it versus being too cold or wet or rainy. Nisha's in the house. Nisha, how are you? We're doing pretty good, I guess. All things considering, it always can be worse, as you know. But right now, we're doing good. Thank you for coming in. We finally have some spring, summer-like weather here. The wife is still asleep, as you know. She doesn't get off until a little bit after midnight, our part of the country. So yeah, she's doing pretty well. We're both hanging in there. Yep, I think she's doing well. She's just busy working. I think she has a party or something to go to this weekend, but we're trying to get Lily's foot healed up. She has a sore on her toe that's bleeding, and she's the one that has the broken foot, and so we're trying to do that. Trying to get my little dog's foot healed up. We've got 18 people watching. Thank you all for that. Whoever you are, drop us a message. Let us know who you are. Say hello to each other. If you have a YouTube channel, let me know. Make sure you give us a thumbs up this bright, beautiful Wednesday morning already. It's beautiful here. It's in the low 70s, a nice breeze. I'm sure it's supposed to get in the mid 80s today. So yeah, we're trying to get this spot on Lily's foot that drags on the ground healed up or calloused over so it doesn't get infected. We've been struggling with that because we don't want to have to amputate it. So today I got to work on that some more. And we have these little booties we put on her foot to help protect it like a glove. But she took the last one off and I haven't found it yet. So we got a couple more in the house. I need to find those today and see if I can't get another one of those gloves on our dog's foot, because she has a tendency when she hits the concrete to kind of do this, and it just rubs a sore. Only good thing is the foot's numb, I do believe, so it's not like she's feeling the pain of it, which is a good thing. So, but we're still dealing with the loss of our other dog, Daisy. Some days are better than others with that, but not a lot we can do about any of that, I don't guess. It's made for a sad time in life when you lose a doggie. Yeah, she will. We just got to be vigilant in our efforts to keep her foot healed up, to keep her from scratching it on the ground. And that's why we have these gloves that we put on her feet. But, and of course, she wants to lick it, which irritates it itself. So, Benicia, we appreciate that. We appreciate all the kind words everybody gave us about our doggies. We just try to do the best we can with them, and hopefully this year is a better year for the dog, or one dog left. I don't say dogs, but Daisy's dead. So hopefully things to get better. We're trying to get Lily's weight down a little bit. She's definitely not overweight, but she's definitely not underweight. But I think she's a little chunky, so we're going to try to get her weight down maybe a pound. She weighs 25 pounds, so I want to try to get her down about a pound, maybe even two max. Um, Especially now that she's not as active of a dog because of her foot's bad and getting run over by the car. So we're just trying to take better care of her and see how that goes. But she's just not as active as she used to be when she was before she got hit by the car. So, Nisha, how's your school going for you? Hope everything's going well in the world of school. Well, she was a great dog. You know, if you try to think of things positively, which is hard to do sometimes, as we all know, that it's like people. Sometimes the right people come into your life at the right times for the right reasons. I think animals and dogs and events are the same way. So, uh, Daisy came into our world the right way right after my coma. It's going good. I'm doing my homework. Nice, nice. I remember those days of doing homework, grading homework, and giving out homework. But don't do that anymore, I don't guess. But yeah, so I try to think positively like that, even though it's hard not to have my dog. But man, weather. So we got Daisy, right when I was my coma, and she spent every day pretty much with me for her last 8.5 years. So it's been strange not having her because Lily is more Lorelei's dog than my dog. So, and they're two different personalities, is what they are. So, but that's all right. It is what it is. Nothing I can do about any of it. I just can't do anything about it. Can't do anything about it, except for whether I like it or not, get up the next day and just keep going. About all we can do. And, I don't know. We'll see. But I don't know how things are in your part of the world, Nisha, but it's a beautiful day here. I'm happy to get to sit outside for a little bit this morning. So, yes, fighting. Yeah. You know, I tell people all the day, no matter where you live in the world, no matter what gender you are, no matter what your social or economic status is or isn't, depending on how you look at it, every day is a struggle. Every day we have to fight. Some days are harder than others. Some days go by faster than others. Some days drag on. Some days are not productive days. Some days are highly productive days. So all we can do is just, I guess, keep fighting. Because the alternative, I guess I would say the alternative is there isn't an alternative. You can't. The bad thing is you can't just not wake up and keep going. You wake up, whether it's a good day or a bad day, you wake up. Sometimes you wake up into a good day, sometimes you wake up into a bad day. We don't have any control. As much as we as humans think we're in control, we have no control. We can't, all we can do is barely control how we react to others. Is about all we can do. So, yeah, we can't control our minds. We can't control others. We can't control whether the sun's going to come up or not. When I think human beings figure out that they have no power over anything, um, because I think we are led to believe as humans that humans are the superior race or gender or species. Species is the right word, and that humans make the world go around. But I've come to believe over the many thousands of years that I've lived that we're not. We're just another clog in the wheel, so to speak. And we can try to control, but it doesn't do any good. I think when people try to control too much, they give themselves more headaches and frustrations, is what I believe. Sometimes I give up and just don't try to control, as frustrating it is, you know. I mean, we truly have no control in the world. I mean, can we get up and control when we go to the bathroom? Yeah, for the most part. Can I control when I go do laundry? Yeah, for the most part. But laundry has to be dirty before I can clean it, right? So can I control when there's enough dirty laundry, to a point, but not really. I so we have to kind of think about it in that perspective. That we truly, I know humans want to believe that we're the masters of the universe, and that we are in control of everything, and the world revolves around us. And I guess in a lot of senses, we wish the world would revolve around us. But that's not reality. It's not really reality. One thing I used to teach, and I tell people is, look, when we're gone from this earth, the earth will continue to go on. We are only here but a speck of time. And, I do believe that people should try their best to enjoy the time that they're here. They should do their best to try to be productive as they can. I think they should try to do the least amount of harm, not only to individuals, but to the planet while they're here. But we're just a speck. We're nothing. We'll be here today and we'll be gone tomorrow. And that's okay. And it's just kind of the way it is. Um, what are you going to do? So sometimes it's kind of like what they say about dogs, which I've heard a lot lately since our dog Daisy died, is that, we get to have a dog, right? Or I got to have Daisy for her entire life, and she only got to have me for part of my life. So hopefully it was the good part, right? For her, hopefully it was the good part. So, and that's what you have to understand about everything. It's only partial. Well, we're thinking about it. Um, um, I guess part of it is I'm a little picky. You know, I don't like big dogs for one. Two, I want another puppy, real small puppy, so that I can bond with it and it can become your dog, my dog, the dog, versus an older dog, which I know that pets need to be of all ages, just like children and adults. People need to do things, but so I'm a little picky. I like to have another wiener dog. I like to have a long-haired female again. Daisy was a long-haired female, miniature. So I'd like to have another one of those. Uh, Lily, the red one, is a short-haired female. So I'd like to have, and they have different personalities. The long-haired wiener dogs have more of a lap dog personality, where the short hairs seem to have more of a hunter dog, a little bit more independence, a little bit more outdoorsy type animal. But we've studied on it somewhat, and wiener dogs are expensive here. When we got Daisy, I think we only paid three. I don't remember how much we paid because of the coma thing, but I don't know. I think we paid three to $500 USD for our dog Daisy. Um, but now they want like $2,000 to $3,000, so they've gone up tremendously in price, and that's just too much money. So yeah, I don't know. We're still thinking about it, you know, contemplating it, and kind of playing a wait and see attitude. We can kind of see what happens, and kind of let fate or nature run its course and see if anything shakes loose out of the tree, so to speak. See if something, somebody comes along and says, hey, my wiener dog just had puppies, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. So as much as, I don't know. So we're kind of working on that. We're kind of having those thoughts. We just don't know which way to go and to do. So, yeah, I don't know. I really don't, but we'll see. I do know Lily, our other dog, is very sad without Daisy, without having a buddy. So wiener dogs, dash hounds, if you didn't know, they are truly the dogs that like to be with other dogs. And so they like to have a buddy. And so I know Lily's missing having her buddy. Not only do I miss the dog, but Lily is not normal. She doesn't get out much anymore. She doesn't do much of anything anymore. She just lays around like her life is ended because she doesn't have a buddy to hang out with. And so, Lorelai's asked the question, would Lily be okay all by herself? And I'm like, yeah, I think Lily the dog would be okay all by herself. But I don't think she'll be as happy. Her life won't be as exciting or as happy all by herself. But would she be okay? Yeah. But you can tell by the way she mopes around that she's not happy about it. Yeah, she needs another dog for company. They do. I think wiener dogs especially seem to do that. They really seem to gravitate to having a buddy around because they work together. Part of what they do, not only in their natural environment where they hunt together, but they coordinate things. It's kind of like they take turns standing guard at the door. They just do things. They're in sync with each other usually. And now I'll give you an example. It's like, for instance, on a normal morning, Lily, if Daisy was still alive, Lily would be inside the house now with Lorelai, and Daisy would be out here with me. But now that Daisy's gone, Lily doesn't know what to do. So she will sit in the middle between Lorelai and I. So Lorelai's in the other part of the house. So Lily will sit over here out of my view, but out of, she's kind of like in between. She doesn't know to go here or to go there. So Tim is in the house. Good evening. Good morning to you, Tim. How are you, my friend? Thank you for coming in. Thank you for the thumbs up. She will be okay, but not much happier that she will get someone's. Yeah, man, I got allergies. Tim, how are things in the Philippines tonight? In the Philippines? Nisha says, hello to you, Tim. There we go. I can see. So yeah, you can tell that Lily doesn't know what to do. She doesn't know where, man, my glasses are fogging up. Look at this. My eyes get dried out so easily anymore. There we go. Maybe that will work. Tim says, hello to you, Nisha. Good to see you. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at with the dogs. I feel bad for Lily. But I don't know. I don't know what to do. So Tim, how are things in the Philippines? It's a beautiful morning here. It's going to be in the mid 80s here where we're at, Tim. Nice breeze out today. I'm thinking my lawn mowing people are supposed to come and mow today or tomorrow. I hope they wait until tomorrow. But to be the first time of the year to have the yard mowed. So get that going, get my yard cleaned up, look a little bit nicer. You're hot and tired today? Man, I got a lot of flies out here today. I don't know why I got so many flies. I'm going to have to look around. Maybe there's something going on. Tim says, I am hot and tired today. Yeah, I'm tired. I've been tired the last couple weeks, I guess. Since my dog died, I've been tired. No energy. So, but yeah, I'm kind of tired today too. I didn't do anything yesterday really, or the day before. So, I got a few little projects I need to work on. I just don't have any motivation to do them. All right, Nisha, get some studying in, get your homework done, keep making those good grades, and we appreciate you. We will. I'll tell Lorelai you said hello. It was in the mid 80s at 5 a.m. Wow. Well, it's about 72, and it's 8:30 a.m. here. So, a nice morning. It's kind of breezy out this morning. Tim says, take care, Nisha. I will do it. I will do it, Nisha. I will definitely say hello to her for you. I need to put some bird seed in the bird feeder later, I guess, to feed the hungry birds. But other than that, I don't have any big plans today. I need to work on stuff, but, I don't really have any motivation to work on things. So I haven't been doing much of anything lately, I don't guess. I guess I've been a big slacker. I'm turned into a big slacker. Very little motivation. So, but, but then again, what's there to be motivated to do? I don't have anything that needs to be done. I got a couple of little bitty projects, but, it's not like I work or have a job or anything. So, all the plants are growing. So nothing to work on that. I got our back patio all done here, So, maybe that's the problem. Ouch. Stinking flies today. I don't know why there's so many flies out here. I might have to get my my fly shoe candles. Damn fly. No, I haven't finished it. I needed probably another. Tim, if I would ever just sit down, I could probably get it done in a couple of days. I just have not been motivated to finish it for some reason. So, no, I haven't finished it. And I kind of feel bad because I've been such of a slacker, but, when you lose motivation, you lose motivation. I need to work out in my garage. I got a bunch of crap I need to clean up out in the garage. But I don't have the motivation for that either. So I don't know how you, Tim, the question is, how do you get motivation when you're lacking motivation? Is kind of the question. So, man, I'm going to have to break out my summer candles. I don't know why I'm having so many flies out here this morning. Well, I only got 2 flies. I got 2 flies that are driving me crazy. Other than that, there's only 2 flies out here. I got my mosquito plants growing in hopes that they're going to scare away the mosquitoes. So, there, maybe that will work. No, I haven't finished the model. I got the closet in my master that needs to be cleaned out and boxed up too, and we got so many things I could do. I'm doing laundry today. That's my big motivation for the day. If I can actually get the laundry done, I guess, or going, then maybe I'll be, ahead of the curve, so to speak. But no, not too motivated to get the ship done or anything. I got some videos I need to work on, and I haven't been motivated to that. I take a nap and try to get motivated when I wake up. Yeah, I know. And part of the question is for everybody is, what does motivation get you? You know, PA is back. PA Outdoors. How are you, my friend? How are things going for you in your part of the world? So, whoops. So part of my big question is it even worth being motivation? Is motivation even worth it? What are you gonna do? You know. PA says I'm doing good, just working a lot. Yes. So we're talking about motivation today, kind of, PA. I have none. Since our dog died a few weeks ago, I've kind of lost motivation to do pretty much anything. Our trip to Alabama, got short-ended because of our dog, and we didn't get nowhere near things done, and I don't have an action plan in place for anything. So I've kind of lost my motivation. So I haven't got anything done, I don't think. And I feel motivation is only good when it's matched with dedication. All right. Motivation and dedication matched. So I would think I would agree with that, because if you're dedicated to something, then you're probably motivated to see it through, right? There's nothing currently that I'm dedicated to, right? I have no purpose, so I don't work anymore. We can't move right now. I can't get anything done on moving front because we're just kind of stuck. I told people today that I felt like I'm stuck in traffic. And I think this is a pretty good analogy. I'm stuck in traffic, right? So it's the Philippines, and I'm stuck. I can't go forward, I can't go backwards, I can't go left, I can't go right. The worst thing is when traffic clears, I don't know whether I should go forward, should go backwards, should go left, should go right. So not only am I stuck, I have no direction in which to travel. Tim says, I can't stay super long because it's nighttime in the Philippines and us old people have to go to bed and take naps in the Philippines. I understand, Tim, but I appreciate you coming in this morning. So I do think it's extremely helpful, Tim and PA, that if you have something that you can be dedicated to, it definitely leads to motivation. I don't know if you can be motivated before you get to dedication. I think dedication has to be the catalyst for the motivation. Something has to get you in motion, the motivation, is what I think. So if you, and whether it's work, life, family, relationship, something. Joe's in the house. Joe and Jenny's Journey's in the house. Says hello. Everybody say hello to Joe. Joe says hello to everybody. Tim says hello, J3 from the Philippines. So yeah, How do you find something to be dedicated to so that you can develop a motivation? That's the real key. That's the hardest thing, I think, for a lot of people, maybe who no longer work, like myself, that, and if you don't have children that you have to take care of, I know a lot of older guys like us who have children to take care of. And Joe says, hello, Tim. Good to see you all the way from America. So how do you find that dedication? What's there to be dedicated about or motivated about? How do you develop that? Where do you go? What do you see? If you can develop a passion, which I think is actually hard for people to come up with a passion. I don't know how many people in the world actually ever feel like they have a true passion in life. So I get motivated when I'm going to the gym. Well, all right. Now the problem with that, Tim, a lot of people have to get motivated to go to the gym, which is really, really hard. Because going to the gym and seeing any real changes is an act of dedication. PA says, I've started projects when the spark was there, but when things get too hard, too busy, or too expensive, I always walk away from them. Well, and I think that's probably true for a lot of us. When things get, we're easily distracted. I also think we're easily unmotivated. Humans are easily unmotivated. So if we run into a few brick walls, so to speak, then our motivation kind of goes right out the window. You run into speed bumps, if you're a student and you're all excited and you're doing good, right, and you're making good grades and you're studying hard, and then you get a really bad grade, man, your motivation goes right out the window. If you're dating some hot chick and everything's going well and blah, 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 and then all of a sudden there's roadblocks in the way or drama or BS that you don't want to put up with, your motivation to keep dating goes out the window. Going to the gym. If you go to the gym on a regular basis like Tim does, and you wind up maybe pulling a muscle, then your motivation goes out the window. The dedication wasn't there. But what is dedication? I mean, how do you define dedication? Right? How do you define that? If you don't have the finances, can you be dedicated to something that takes money? If you don't know how to make A to B to happen, then how can you be dedicated? I believe that if you don't have a clear roadmap on how to get from point A to point B, then how can you be dedicated? Otherwise, you're just going to be spinning your wheels and you're going to be running into roadblocks. I mean, if you're wanting to paint your house, but yet you don't own a house, well, you sure in the hell ain't going to be able to paint your house. So you know what I mean? It's those type of things. You got to know how to get from point A to point B before you can be dedicated to take the trip. Good planning, yes. And I'm a big fan of planning. I like to plan and organize and be, I like that. I like the research aspect of things. I'm a big fan of research, always have been. One thing I've learned over the years, though, is there's a saying about research. Too much analysis can lead to paralysis. Meaning if you study on something too much, you'll never get around to doing it. And I might be guilty of that. I don't know. My girl thinks that I just jump into stuff. Yes. I think guys do that. I think guys are more inclined to do that. Because we like to be active, we like to be proactive, we like to be busy, we like to see things accomplished. But we also like shiny lights and pretty flashy things. So the next shiny light that comes around, we go, ooh, that's cool. Ooh, I like that. We're all that way. Every time, a new model of a car comes out, we want to buy it because we look at it and go, oh man, that's really cool looking. Maybe we don't really want to buy it, but we go, wow, that's really cool. We're just that way. Yes, I just bought a car 6 months ago, but man, that new one's really cool. And I think that's partly a guy thing. I really do. Um, I try not to just jump in and bounce around on things too much, but I guess I do it like everybody else. You know, it's hard, or maybe that when you don't, you got to be in the right mindset. Maybe you have to feel good to be motivated and to be dedicated. So, does your health play a role in that? Now, you're talking about your physical health and your psychological health. So, I think more importantly, your psychological health comes into play when being motivated and dedicated and seeing things through. And but if you are planning and organizing and all this, and if you can't see the end of the road, meaning okay, or maybe you can see the end of the road, but you can't figure out how to navigate the road to get to point B, then you lose motivation because you can't see a way through the fog, so to speak. You see, Joseph, UC went live. You seen you went live in Davao, Dave. Had us up. Oh, I'm sorry, I was thinking of the Philippines. Seen that you went live. Had to stop by having Philippines internet. Oh, all right, Joe. Appreciate that. Thank you for coming in. We started a project last month. I was told her about the new project I wanted to start. That upset her. Maybe I should focus on the first one we started until that one's done. Yeah. Well, but the question is, why didn't it get done? I mean, if we really want to do an analysis of things, why don't we get things done? It's that's what you have to analyze. What's the root cause of why we didn't get things done? Why? Why have I not completed the ship? Well, because I lost motivation. It's warmed up. The weather changed. We got busy doing this and that. You run into a roadblock. Our plan to move later this year. Well, we got a lot of roadblocks in the way. So are roadblocks telling you not to go that direction? So time, money, or help is always a combination of these things I find. I agree. Knowledge is another one. Knowledge is a big key. So it's like I want to move. I want to retire to a warmer place where I can fish more. My wife just wants to make a living, but I was telling somebody the other day, now that, we're here in this part of the country, which we probably should not have relocated back here when we moved here, but that's my mistake. I own my mistakes. So, but now the part of the roadblock is, well, we have a whole house full of crap that we got to move to another state. Well, that's going to cost big money, time, effort, and physical labor, which for somebody like me, doing physical work is hard. It's not easy. It's not pleasant. So you can always have roadblocks. You can keep doing the best you can, but some roadblocks you can't get around. I mean, I personally know that when I was, 25 or 30, I could move my entire house of furniture all by myself. I can go rent a truck. I can get a furniture dolly. I can pack everything up. I can load the truck and do whatever I want. At my age and health, there's just no way in hell that's even possible. So therefore comes in money. I got to hire a crew to pack up and to move us. Well, there's your money factor and time factor. And those are demotivating factors when you know that you're going to have to drop a large amount of cash to make something happen. In hopes for the better, it kind of takes the wind out of your sails, so to speak. And that's where time, money, and help all plays into a factor. Could we go around and beg people to come help us? Yeah, but I don't like to do that. I'm a big believer in paying my own way in life. I don't like to ask for favors. I don't like to take advantage of people and what they do. And maybe the older I get, I'm not looking for the easy way out. I don't think that's where I'm going. I just don't know if you can't physically do it anymore. How do what do you do? And if you don't have a bank account that's full of money, what do you do? I mean, I've known a lot of people that have a lot of money, and I've known old people over the years that have had a lot of money, and they've been able to call up somebody and say, I'd like to put a new patio, a new concrete sidewalk, so I'll just call somebody to come and do it, versus doing the work themselves. Or, hey, I'd really like to have my house painted. I'll just pay somebody to do it versus doing it yourself. We're not lucky enough to be able to pick up the phone and call somebody and say, hey, I'd like to have a bunch of new outlets put in, and have some electric company come in and put 12 new outlets in my house. We're not blessed enough to do that. I don't have the funds to buy a secondary house and then have somebody pay a moving company to pack up all of our stuff and ship it to the new house, and then worry about selling this house after we get it emptied out. Moving is very difficult. The older you get, it's even worse. So, and we don't have any kids or anything to take on that responsibility. It's just us. So moving's difficult the older you get. I only have, and I'll tell people this, is that I personally only have one more move in me. And that's it. And that's it. And I'll die wherever I wind up because I'm pretty much done. So I only have one more move in me. So, but, yeah, dedication, motivation, time, money, and help. And of course, the other factor into something about motivation and all of that is it fun? I find, throughout history here, when things are fun, you're definitely much more motivation because, you got the adrenaline going or the serotonin going, the endorphins firing, right? When something's hard, it's not fun. And we lack motivation, therefore, because nobody wants to do shit that's hard. We want to do things that's fun. It's fun to go fishing, right? But it's only fun while you're catching fish. If you're not catching anything, then it kind of, it's still nice, but it's rough. But it's better than getting hit in the head with a hammer. But if you're going to go fishing and spend time out in the heat and the weather and the temperature and the bugs, you kind of like to catch fish. So it has to be fun. Cleaning isn't fun. It's not. Cleaning sucks. I hate it. There's a lot of things I hate. I hate cleaning. I hate grocery shopping. I do the laundry here, but I hate doing laundry. I hate laundry. I hate folding clothes. I hate having a small laundry room. I guess there's really not a whole lot of things I thoroughly enjoy. And there's a lot of people that believe that how do you balance the things that you enjoy and the things that you have to do? You hate mowing the lawn? Yeah, I used to love mowing my yard. I did. It was one of my passions until I got sick and I couldn't do it anymore. And now I find it just I tried to I mowed my yard once last year when my lawn mowing guy didn't show up for whatever reason. It took me 3 days to mow the damn thing because I just can't physically do it. But I got it done in 3 days. And then he shows up, So, but I used to enjoy mowing my yard. Avocado is in the house. Unbothered Avocado, how are ya? Cleaning is fun with the right music. And if your child will go down for a nap, yes, I hate grocery shopping. My hubby loves it. So I mow the lawn and he grocery shops. That's funny. Yeah, wow. Well, thank you for coming in. Thank you for the thumbs up. Glad you're doing well. I hope your little one's doing well, by the way. Yeah, here's what I hate about shopping. I don't mind the actual grocery shopping. I don't like putting groceries away. I don't like that. I don't want to put the damn groceries away. I think that's irritating. But I did learn to keep up on things so they don't get out of hand. I agree. I think we all learn that when the older we get. If we go ahead and do laundry a little bit but hell, there's only 2 people in my house. I have no clue how we have so much laundry to do. I just don't understand it. We only have 2 people here, no kids. And we have more laundry to do than Walmart. you know. I like cooking, but I got to be motivated. Right now, I have no motivation for anything, I guess. But I enjoy cooking, but I get burned out easily on everything. I guess I get bored. Maybe I have the attention span of a gnat. You know, I don't like things to be, unless it's fishing, challenging, especially when they're chores. I don't like chores to be difficult because I think that by its nature, a chore, doing laundry, grocery shopping, mowing the yard isn't something that we want to do. So for me, it sucks when it's more challenging. It's like doing laundry. I do the laundry here. I have a small laundry room. I need a much bigger one so I could spread out and fold clothes and do things right. I don't know how my wife goes through so much freaking clothes in a week. So it's just kind of like it never ends. It never ends. I've never been caught up since being married, I've never been caught up with laundry. Chores just feel like chores. Well, I guess that's why they're a chore, right? They're not a pleasure. It's kind of like, and one thing I do tell people, I believe that life is not meant to be easy. Life is not meant to be fun. Life is what life is. It's what life is, nobody seems to know, I don't guess. Avocado says he's doing good. Having a bottle was, as we speak, nice, good, good. I hate shopping because we've been in retail for 20 years, hand and off, and I just honestly sick of stores. Yeah, I don't like shopping. What I don't like about shopping is spending the money. The older I get, the more I will admit that I kind of rely on Amazon more than normal. You know, 10 years ago, if I needed a screw, I would just go to Lowe's or Walmart. If I needed something simple, I'll just make the trip and go. Nah, anymore, I go on Amazon and see if I can find it on Amazon, and I just order it, and it's here in a couple of days. Ah, PA says, when I watch Alone in the Wilderness, I see him working hard. I get motivated to get up and work on things. Well, see, all right, that's good motivation. I don't know if that would motivate me. We do our clothes in the tub, and I have a laundry line. Got to put clothes on the line, no washer, no dryer, and it's winter. He goes up to the laundry mat and dries the clothes. Ah, sucky, sucky. Well, we have a laundry unit, washer and dryer both, but our laundry room's really small, and my wife wants all of her stuff hung up. And so I have a portable rack like you find at a laundromat that I roll around. I hate the way I do laundry. I don't like it. I don't have room to fold clothes or anything. I don't like it. It's one of my big things. I like going to all my local country stores for things, but my girl only wants to go to big chain stores. Ah, all right. Well, why is that? Is it because she thinks it's cheaper at Walmart, or for you going to small stores, is that more like social hour? Wood clothes to dry? Yeah, yeah. Well, and we have a gas dryer here. Now, the new house that we had built that we're living in, I don't like the laundry room, as I've stated. One, I don't like the fact that my dryer vent doesn't exhaust directly out of the house. It goes up. Don't ever do that. They need to go directly out of the house. So I know the next house we ever own, if I don't wind up dying in this place, is I would definitely make sure that we have a dryer vent that goes directly out. It saves time, energy, and dries your clothes a lot faster when you can go out the dryer versus up the dryer. Well, sometimes it's cheaper, PA. Sometimes I think it is cheaper. For me, it's a matter of convenience and not wanting to deal with people. It's like I need to buy a couple things, and Lannon oil for my dog, and another little thing to work on here. And I found them. I can go to Walmart and get it, but I can go to Amazon. That means I don't got to get in my car. I don't got to go to Walmart. I don't got to fight with the people at Walmart. and I can just order it and it'll be here in 48 hours. And so I was kind of like, yeah, I can wait 2 days to get that part. Young Miss Avocado says, when I watch Hoarders, that's my motivation. I also grew up with 12 brothers and sisters. I've seen enough laundry to last. Yeah, I grew up in a very, very large family too. Very large family. I think all collected, we're 12 too when we were younger. 6 and 6, and then 2 at 14. 6, 6, and 2. So, but I don't know. I just don't know how we go through so much laundry here. I'm just like, I don't understand it. Well, that's what I was figuring, PA, is that for you, the local stores are more like social hour, right? You get to have a feel for what's going on in your community, what's going around you, what's up. You get to feel, you get a vibe for that. And I know people that are a lot like that. And we don't really have local stores around where I'm at anymore. It's all Walmart land. It's Walmart, period. And Walmart's a nightmare. So I don't like going to Walmart. I hate it. I hate going to Walmart. And that's where more and more, if I can get it on Amazon, I just wait and get 4 or 5 things on Amazon and get the free shipping and except for groceries. Groceries are too expensive on Amazon. And I don't belong to the Walmart club where you can order groceries and have them deliver it. I don't like that because what I see is Walmart doesn't seem to have that figured out yet. In my neighborhood, we see things on our community's webpage all the time. Oh, does anybody know where my Walmart groceries are? Or somebody will post, hey, I got somebody's Walmart's groceries today. So like, well, they can't even get the groceries delivered to your house correctly. I don't want to order it. But, I don't know. I'm just not motivated at this point in time in life. Mennonites in your community, yes. Garden seed, bread, all the butter, deal with it, yes. Now, I agree with that. We don't have any Mennonites, but we do have 1 or 2 Amish stores around here. Now, we don't have any Amish anywhere near us. But I agree. I think those type of stores, you can find a lot of really cool, interesting things in. I do like the quality of goods that you can find in those places. And I like that. And I like the fact that the people are nice. No matter what you do, Walmart is not nice. I don't care how nice you are in Walmart, it's not a nice place to go. And you can tell that. But I agree with you and PA about your local stores. Usually people are nicer. And that's a good thing. But yeah. We don't have a lot of that around here. We have Walmart. We do have a few Targets and places like that, but oh man, these people are going to drive me crazy. So yeah, we don't even have any we used to have a couple co-ops or farm and home stores, but we don't have that. We have Tractor Supply. Yep, you never seen them on a phone Walmart, yeah. Or just being rude and discourteous, like you're wasting their time and effort. Like how dare you bother me? Come to Walmart and buy something. What do you mean? How dare you? It's like, and the bad thing about Walmart, I think, since they've gone to that whole thing where they have employees going around and shopping for people. What I don't like is those employees think that we should get out of their way, that we're bothering those employees that are picking up groceries for other people. And I'm just like, I'm here grocery shopping, I don't like that. But I get the attitude so much from these employees like, oh, why are you in my way? I got to get over there and get these beans for this person I don't know. But I'm going to get these beans and you can go over there. It's just strange, but... Well, all right, my friends, I can tell you it's going to get really loud here. So I'm going to get off of here. because some company just showed up to mow the house next door to me. But we appreciate everybody coming in tonight or this morning, and hopefully we'll see everybody again tomorrow morning. But so you don't have to listen to the lawn mowing all morning here. Let me get off of here. And Avocado, PA, everybody that came in, we appreciate you. Stay safe, and we'll talk to you guys soon.